this thing I've been talking about to you, about practicing shifting and weight and walking and where to feel. At the very end of Sunday's class, so I think I told Ross was something like 50 at the 56-minute mark. Actually, class is done, and then I go into this other thing and talking about right over here. So for the fall prevention, the stability. Good morning. Yeah, you have to put your mind right over here. And it's something I'm just discovering that, you actually have to feel that muscle right in that pelvic joint. And then, so when I shift, to be able to pick up this leg, I have to allow myself to bend down a little bit. So even if I hunch a little bit, well, not hunch, but even if I lean forward a little bit, my upper body, that's okay. I have to bend, but then you have to relax. And right in here, like in the beginning, you probably have to physically push this down, like just activate that muscle. Later on, it'll change how you do it, but you just have to sink that muscle down and make that muscle strong. And then this side will just go zero. It will go weightless. Yeah. So that's what I'm studying now. What does this feel like? If I shift, what does that feel like there? When I shift, what does this side feel? What does this side feel? Right here, I'm just holding it. But then when I sink and I press this side down, then this side just empties. And if I'm just pressing over here down, that's my only focus. I'm not worried about balancing. I'm just worried about pressing this down, holding this down, and then relaxing the leg so the leg can be solid and not fight. You have to resist, like, oh, if you fall, stand up and such. If you feel yourself tilt, just straighten out and sink and press this down. Yeah. And then you find that, it goes zero. So it becomes what we call neutrally buoyant. Neutrally buoyant is something that just floats, right? It doesn't want to go up, it doesn't want to go down, it's perfectly balanced, right? If you push it, then it'll move. If it's in water, that's when the submarine is just, that one height, yeah? If the balloon comes up and it just stops, right? It's not heavy, it's not light, it's just neutrally buoyant, and that's what you feel, it's just zero. So there's all kind of other things involved in that. It talks about yin-yang theory and balancing and things, but yeah, that's what I'm studying now. It's really interesting. So if I make this solid, right? So what this is for fall prevention, if I'm going down, right, sink into here, press into there, right, and then your legs become really strong. So remember I told you relaxing is number 1, alignment is number 2, and then strength is number 3. So if you're doing this and the leg shakes a little bit because the muscle is not strong enough, then now you have to build up the muscle a little bit. But just doing this exercise, coming up and down, I did this for about 60 to 90 minutes one day, all different kinds of exercise, but we're just working on this. I didn't realize, really subtle, yeah? Not like going to the gym and 10 reps 3 times. They came back to me last week and said, oh, Randy, my legs, oh, my muscles, but they were happy. And one lady was shocked. She said, I do tennis, I walk, I'm active. How come this got so sore? I was shocked how weak it is. And it's because we don't squat up and down anymore, right? Not all day long. You watch the kids all day long, right? They're pumping this muscle, they're working these muscles. And we tell them, hey, you gotta work out. All day long, right? They're rolling, they're jumping, they're squatting, right? They're running, they're keeping these muscles in shape, right? It's very well, but as we get older, we just don't do that anymore. Not in that frequency. So doing that with them last Tuesday was so subtle. We did it for 60 to 90 minutes. None of us really felt it. They felt it the next day probably. Yeah, they said, oh, it's so sore. But the other lady was, I can feel it stronger now after 1 week, after several weeks. I'm more stable. She's starting to relax and such. Yeah? So it's right in here. It's right in that pelvic joint. But relaxing is number 1. So when you relax, then you can discover these things. Then you can listen to your body and what's going on. So even relaxing is practice, yeah? Gotta be my first year of Lanakila, everybody's like this. I said, drop your shoulders, I am. No, drop them lower, I am. So to them, they were letting go, but the muscle was stuck. So over the years, everybody coming down and paying attention and just practice letting go. You have to practice zero. You have to practice letting go. And then you have to practice tensing, so you really recognize, really tense and really relax. Otherwise you're always over here, yeah? But over here could be really tense all the time. Over here could be just too relaxed all the time. So you practice all of them. All right, bring the hands up. And down. Extend the legs away from you. You want to feel the legs falling and the pelvic joint relaxed a little bit. Breathing in and out. And coordinate your breath with the movement. And you want to use the center of your palm and the fingers and the tips of the fingertips to gather that energy. Point it right at the top of the head and guide it down. Relax your legs so it falls into the earth, flows into the earth. And make your body like that large tree. It just sinks into the earth, the roots sink into the earth, and the roots are slowly extending. There's no resistance. If something gets in their way and they can't go around it, they just create a new root. And that other root just keeps sending out chemicals to dissolve whatever that blockage is. No sewer system, right, can survive tree roots over years. The tree is going to win. Even if it takes 50 years, the tree is going to win. If it's a sewer system, doesn't matter if it's 200 years, the day that sewage is blocked up, it's a bad day, right? So you relax the pelvic joint, relax the knees, the ankles, let the legs fall into the earth, let the legs press a little bit into the earth, and just feel that energy. Just imagine that you're gathering that energy up, and you're pulling it up from the earth through the bottom of the feet, through the legs, the bones. Send it inside of the bones. Stimulate the bone marrow. Stimulate blood production, bone marrow production, bone production. Keep everything in your body alive. Stimulate every cell in your body. Come up from the side. Breathing in. Not too high, just height of shoulders, and out, and eyes looking far away. Look way out at the mountain or way out at the horizon. Just scan the horizon, scan the mountaintop, in and out, relax. Gather and relax. Let every muscle go when you exhale and you press the palms out. Right here, Sung, relax. One more time. Stretching, expanding, and Sung. Scooping down. Deep breath, this time pressing. Squeeze the chi through every muscle cell of your body. Twist. Slowly let go, slowly release. And gather again, and this time through the bones. Press and squeeze everything through every bone of your body. And slowly let go. And finally, ligaments and tendons, wrapping, twisting. Exhale. Slowly let go. And bring everything back to center. Feel the spine expand, relax all the joints, look straight ahead at the mountain. Let the arms fall right at the side, let everything go. Reset your body. Take a deep breath, expand the lower belly. Let it all out. Take a second deep breath. Let it all out. Take a third deep breath. Let it all out. And then we begin our warm-ups, palms in the front. As you breathe in, pick up the chi, extend, reach with just the tip of the middle finger, and then slowly bring it in, slowly rotating your palms the entire time. Tilt the sternum up, and just the head falls. Listen to your body, see if you're locking any joint, any muscle. Unlock. Neck, shoulders, the back, the hips, the arms, the elbows, every joint, the knees, the ankles, the toes. And don't lock the joints. I want all the joints to be open and loose. If the body wants to shake and vibrate, you want the joints to be able to move with that. Exhale. Inhale. Feel the palms rotating the entire time. Just take your time. And down. Okay, number 2, looking to the side. Both hands are free. Palm down. Let the palm fall. And turn and breathe in. Lightly stretch the fingertips. Look way out, far away. As you exhale, roll that ball up through the arm and back down. Feel yourself rolling that ball through the forearm. Breathing in as you turn. Exhaling and coming back to center. And right where the palms meet, you start inhaling. Be able to look right over the fingertips. Release your shoulders. Breathe in. And out. Come right back to center, right in front of the throat. Right? Throat is your voice. Your throat is open, relaxed. Right? No restrictions in your thoughts, in your speech, in your singing, in your writing. All your expression is open. Feel your shoulder blade move. Just think about your throat and your voice being open. No restrictions. Slowly bring it down. Okay, moving to the shoulder joints. Okay, so check your legs first. Make sure your legs are extended and lightly pressing into the earth. Right over here should be loose and open. You can feel this muscle a little bit, right? A little bit activation as it's pushing through. The knees should be unlocked, and just reach the toes. You reach the tip of the toes down and let everything go. Okay? Drop the hands, fold the elbows, and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Remember to focus on the lower inside corner of each shoulder blade. That's the only part you're moving. The only part you're moving. Oh, I like her shirt. It says, "Thank you, me." T-shirts make good signboards, yeah. All the way down. And then forward. Turn the palms out. I have all these shirts that say volunteers on the back because I used to do so many of these educational events. I'm so sad nowadays I have to buy my t-shirts. But my cousin always teases me every time I wear a shirt that says volunteer. He says, "Oh, you're in trouble." All the way down. Relax and do one side. Really feel what that muscle under the shoulder blade is doing. Stretch that muscle under the shoulder blade. And let the body turn, let the waist turn, let the head turn, let the neck move. And breathe. And the arm hangs right at the side of the body. Come forward. Just listen to that muscle under the shoulder blade, stretching it, and then pulling it up and squeezing it. All the way down, relax, and do the other side. Let the body turn. Make sure you fold the elbow as you come up. Just manipulate the shoulder blade. All the way down and then forward. Pull that shoulder blade out. Two sides. Front to back. All the way down. And relax. Okay, and then loose circles. And just shake those left muscles out. Yeah, loose circles. Okay, and then slow it down. Okay, relax. And then put it all back together. You can keep the elbows down, fingertips no higher than the top of the head. And same thing about the palms, they're continuously rotating. Right? The palms are continuously turning. So just want to get that timing. The palms have to rotate nice and slow, breathing in and out. Every time you exhale, you want to feel that expansion, and you want to let everything relax, that's Sung. So right over here, breathing in and then Sung. And just let everything go. Breathing in, expand the lower belly, and then Sung. Let everything go. One more time. Breathing in and Sung, let everything go. Just finish your movement and then come back to center. Okay, then move into the spine, hold the ball, and just slowly take your time. Keep the palms in the center. Keep the palms lined up. Feel the shoulder blades. Keep the elbows bent. And slowly stretch the shoulder blades away from each other. Relax the hip. Top of the head still suspended. Right? You might feel that stretch going all the way from one side to the other. Might stretch in the front, might stretch in the rib cage, might stretch in the back. You might feel it here. Right? Anywhere you have tension, you're going to feel it kind of lock and like, oh. Yeah, I always remember one time I was doing little traction. A patient lying down and I'm pulling the legs. I'm trying to open up the hips. And he's telling me, how come up here is sore and tight? It's so locked, right? It was pulling all the way up. Yeah. So when you do this stretch, this is more relaxed, right? It's the shoulder blades. Pull the shoulder blades away. If I pull one side more, I'm going to turn, right? If I pull the bottom, I'm going to turn this way. If I pull the upper shoulder blade, I'm going to turn this way. So I'm just trying to balance it out, right? So I stay right about center. And then take a deep breath and expand. And relax. Same thing, roll the ball. Roll that ball through the forearm as you switch. Feel the shoulder blades connect. Keep the top of the head suspended. Keep the legs pressing into the earth. Feel the lower belly expand as you breathe. Relax the chest, relax the throat. Let the spine release. And take a deep breath and expand. And then exhale. Okay, continuous. Right where the palms pass, right here, breathe in. Finish the breath, and then relax. Roll that ball through the forearm. Feel the shoulder blades connect. Relax the hip, let everything stretch. Drop the elbow straight down. Just stretch, gently stretching the tips of the fingers. One more time. Turn the palm back and do our spirals. Elbow comes straight down and turn the body and wash the outside. Still rolling that ball, but now the outside. Lift and fall. Get really close right out with the forehead and slowly spin away. Release the hip, release the back, the shoulders, the necks. Everything can turn and twist. And when you exhale, just drop that elbow straight down. Turn the body. Right about the forehead, right about the eyebrows is where you lift. And the bottom hand is just below the belly button. And let the body twist and then release. And turn the waist. So turn and turn. And breathe in and exhale. And turn. And breathe in, same thing, right where the palms pass, breathe in and exhale. Let it all go. And then breathe in and wind up. Exhale, let it go. One more time. Breathe in, exhale. And breathe in and come back to center, hold the ball right in front of the heart. Tilt the sternum up. Imagine that little sun in the chest. Smile. Feel that inner smile. Relax all the facial muscles while you have that inner smile. And bring everything back down. Okay, release the legs. Let all the tension in the legs go. So you should feel the toes pop up a little bit. Okay, bring them in one at a time. Okay. So even this you use, just stepping back, use that time to study the movement. Yeah. And nothing is wasted. Yeah. So adjust your feet so you can feel like you can just pick them up, right? Whatever, adjust yourself in the chair, whatever you have to do. Okay, and then just rest. So the legs are neutral. They're not pressing, they're not lifting, they're just resting on the earth. Okay, just the palms, just practicing. Right? So the palms are connecting with the ground. You just cultivating that energy in your palms, dropping the shoulders. And as you breathe in, pull that energy up from the earth. Relax the legs, just the palms. But just listening to the bottom of the feet. Not activating, just listening. You pull the chi up from the earth, you displace the earth chi. The chi around you flows down into the earth. What's happening to the bottom of the feet? You pump the chi back into the earth, you displace the earth chi so it rises. What's happening to the bottom of the feet? Is it same or different? So as your hands pull the chi up, you might feel the bottom of your feet get a little heavier by itself. And then when you pump the chi down, you might feel that heaviness release. You don't feel anything, don't worry. One more time, just the hands. And just rest the arms. Okay? So you pull the chi up, right? The chi from the air goes down. So any chi, right, that's, if it's flowing through your legs will feel a little heavier. You pump the chi back down into the earth, it's going to push the chi back up, so it's going to release. So it's really subtle. You just have to listen to the bottom of your feet, but slowly you might feel your feet just kind of sink a little and then release. And it's just a little science experiment telling you, oh yeah, there is something going on, even though it's just my hands, right? And you might say, oh, I'm doing it myself. So you keep doing it, you keep releasing your legs so your legs actually get more relaxed, right? Get more neutral, and that effect gets stronger. So the more you relax the legs, the stronger the effect comes. And you're like, okay. So if I tense the legs, I block all that movement. I block that flow of chi, of blood, of energy, of electricity in the legs. Right? So relax, right? And then that phenomena, and it's subtle. Chi is subtle. When you see those demonstrations and guys are flying all over, that's their students cooperating. And it's not the students, it's not the, okay, I'm going to push you and you're going to fly. The students know the teacher and the instructor and they can feel it, and then they let everything go. They don't resist. That's the cooperation. So the effect looks huge. Yeah. And then maybe some members of the audience, right, because they want to feel that and they want to believe, they get a nice effect too. And then you get that guy who trains and they don't resist, but they just don't believe and they're more grounded. And because it's actually a subtle effect, it doesn't work. Then the teacher makes all kind of excuse. Well, you know, yeah. Demonstration is demonstration. And there's that subtle cooperation. But I don't know if I told you before, I tell this story all the time. My teacher flew me. Without realizing he flew me. And my cousin's teacher flew me as a demonstration, and I went flying. So the ability exists, but you have to train for it. Yeah. And such. Okay. So now press the legs into the earth. Right? 50-50. Relax the knees, relax all the joints. While you're pressing, you have to relax. Okay. Hands down at the side. It doesn't matter which leg you pick up first. And listen right in that joint. Even though we're seated, listen in that joint. Everything's going to pour right into here. And before you can pick up this leg, don't think about picking up this leg. You have to think about sinking and pressing there. And this side will just release. And then you know you can pick up the leg because it'll just release. But we start off 50-50. Okay? So just think which leg you're going to pick up. And then slowly the other leg has to press. And the other leg will just release and float up for you. Step forward, small step forward, then press the front leg into the earth. And when you empty everything into here, the back leg can release and then switch again. So just going back and forth. And only pick up as high as you can control and relax the upper body. You don't want the upper body tense. You're pressing right into here. Put your mind right in the pelvic joint. Bottom of the feet relaxed. No sound? Oh, okay. Maybe we'll finish up this exercise and then I'll come back and check. I think I'm on. I have to check that my microphones are actually on. Sometimes the microphone not on, sometimes they're not plugged in properly. Oh, sorry, I got all out of sync here. Yeah, one more time. And then come back to center. And we'll just finish this up and then I'll check the sum. Drop one knee and turn. And then reach, look straight ahead. And then come back and turn. And straight ahead. So the previous one is actually to warm up the pelvic joint. But I don't pay attention to the pelvic joint at all in my focus. But the pelvic joint is loose and it's working, and this one is also for the pelvic joint. Yeah. Yeah, see. There you go. Okay, bring the hands back. One, open and close. Yeah. And then just relax for a little while. We'll take care of this technical issue. But try that. You can try that while you're sitting here. Right? Sure. Pressing and use this muscle, this point right in here. Just focus that presses, and when that presses and sinks all the way down, and the leg is pressing too, but you put your mind here, then this side will just release. You'll feel that releasing in there. Okay, let's see. Okay, so pelvic. So let's see. Pelvic, and then the next one is knees. All right. Okay, so do our knees. We want to pick the legs up, and we've already been starting to warm up the knees. But remember, the rule is the same. You only pick up as high as the upper body can be relaxed. Right? So as soon as you have to do the same thing to pick up one leg, sink into here. Just sink right into there, and then slowly that leg can pick up. And then keep the upper body relaxed and upright. Right? Loose fists on the side. And then opposite hand and opposite fist. And this leg sinking and pressing into the ground. This leg, push the knee down. Stretch the back of the knee. Relax the shoulders. And then lift. Keep the upper body up. And then down. And then relax, and then press this side. Press the leg into the ground, but listen to this muscle right here. Keep the upper body relaxed, looking straight ahead. Push the heel out, push the knee down to stretch the back. Feel the back stretching. Then lift. Keep the foot flat on the floor and down. So you pick up as high, only as high as you can keep the upper body nice and relaxed. Even if it's half an inch, it's off the ground. Half an inch, this muscle has to do all the work for you. Okay? Where are we? This leg, right? Yeah. And just breathe naturally. You can do directed breathing, but you'll find that coordination just starts to come by itself. The heel, and then pump the toe down, pump the foot, and turn the waist. Relax and turn, and then lift and come back. Feel the bottom of the floor with the other foot. Yeah, if you feel yourself leaning, you're picking up the leg too high. And just take your time. Take your time, give the muscles time to stretch. You give the muscles time to build up. And you give yourself time to coordinate your movement. One more time. And down. Okay, hold the ball right at heart level. Pick up the leg 45 degrees and heel and toe. The same thing. Keep this leg sinking into the earth. Feel the toes pressing the ground. Upper body is relaxed. And try to keep the whole body still. Shoulders down, elbows down. And barely touching the floor, just tapping the floor. Here, other side. See, all these small things, we forgot to do the sound check, that's why. Yeah. That's this week, same thing at Lanakila, right? Forgot to do sound check. Before class, I ran to the bathroom, so, keep everything muted, right? Then I ran back and forgot to unmute. Yeah, just stretch. So if this side is pressing down, the other side will just bounce right up. Okay, loosen all that up. You know, it's neat and funny to watch guys experiment and try to discover what I'm talking about. Sometimes I know what I'm talking about, sometimes I don't. If I don't know what I'm talking about, it makes it funnier, right? Because they're trying something and I don't quite get it yet. Okay. So in real simple terms, you're pressing 100 and 0. So if I press all the way down in here, this side can release. Okay? And then when I come down, it's going to go 50. Then it's resting. And then when this side starts pressing, and I hit 100, then this side can release. Okay? So in real simple terms, right? For this side to be able to release, this side has to do all the work, right? So if this side is still a little tense, then you have to kind of fight through. You're fighting yourself to pick up this leg because you're kind of holding that tension there. But if you can release all that tension, then only the muscles required to pick up the leg will activate. Any other muscle that's activating that's not required to pick up the leg is actually fighting, right? It's causing a fight in there. You're fighting yourself. How many of you fight yourself every day? Same thing, yeah? Same thing. So just practice a little while, no matter how you do it, because in the beginning, you just have to figure that out. But as you're refining how you do it, it comes down to this point. But in the beginning, just think about that, just press. So when I first started experimenting, just heavy, 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 like that 2-ton column and pick up the other side. Just start experimenting with that first. Just press. However you need to do it, just press that other leg into the ground. Yeah. And then you start refining like oh, that works. But can it be easier? Can it be more efficient? Yeah. It's like watching sumo, yeah? So there's one theory, you just get as big and heavy and as solid as possible, right? Immovable. And then there's the other side, right? Be flexible and as strong and supple as possible. And then that was that grand champion, yeah? He started weightlifting and he was muscular, right? And then you looked at ours, right? He just went for the size, but knee problems, right? All kind of body problems. And embarrassing when the small guy throws you off balance because just too much, right? You can't recover. So if you study in mechanics, so everything is easier for you, you actually become stronger in letting go. Okay, so let's see, what time is it? Oh. All right, we'll start off with the seated and then I want to transfer it to the standing a little earlier today so we can practice more standing, all right? Or we'll go back and forth. All right, extend the legs. So extend the legs all the way out first. I'm going to force you to extend the legs as much as you comfortably can, yeah? And then just slowly bring them back just where they touch the ground. And you'll still feel a little bit more in the heel and the toes will pick up a little bit. And you can adjust so it's comfortable. And then just press the toes. Right? So now the feet are in front of the knees and that's where I want them to be. So now from here, if you press your legs into the earth, just gently, right? This won't lock. But if they're back here and you press, oh, everything can lock. It's too much resistance. So keep it out in front. Right? So, so we try that again. So you measure it that way. Just extend your legs and then just slowly walk them back until they're resting on the ground. Right? And you can make small little adjustments. And right here, from here, press gently so the bottom of your feet, the toes are pressing down, and relax here. And put your mind right over here, right on this point, right inside the knees. That helps you just let go of everything. Or put your mind on your shoulder blades and you feel tension letting go. I can't explain it. Those are just neutral points. So you think about certain points, nothing happens. But because your mind is there, it releases from other places so you can feel it letting go. Yeah? So if you can hold this, even if it's light, you can hold this constant stretch for 20, 30 minutes while we're doing the whole practice, it's going to change. It's going to start changing, and it's going to change how you press your feet into the earth. Okay, your whole hip, pelvic, all of this, relax. Yeah? And sit straight. And while the legs are sinking into the earth, imagine that little string just by the giddy, right back of center, pulling your head up, causing your chin to swivel, stretching your neck. Relax your shoulders as that happens. Bring the breath to your lower belly, sinking it down. And slowly relax your elbows and start gathering the chi between your palms. Just gathering that energy between the palms. Center of the palms facing each other. Tip of the middle finger facing each other. Take a deep breath in. And let it all out. Okay. Commencement, as you breathe in, drop your shoulder blades and pick up the ball. Legs are still expanding and stretching into the earth as you bring the chi to your heart. Smile from within, relax all the facial muscles. Number 2, rolling. Slowly warming up the chi, bringing it into the body, rising inside, introducing it to all the organs, and then back to heart. Feel the shoulder blades moving. Turn to your right, press the ball away, single whip. Turn and open, drop your elbows, palms flat to the front. Keep on turning while you drop your right hand. Wan Sau. Hands exchange. Learn to turn 45 degrees, so you have to relax the hip, relax the pelvic joint. Eyes looking either at the fingertips or right above the fingertips at the horizon or the mountain. Shoulders down, elbows down, hands start exchanging. And even before you finish the turn, the hands can exchange. Turn a little bit, and then come back. You want to open and close. Keep the legs sinking into the earth. Turn to your left. Press, and right after halfway open, just like opening a sliding window. Wan Sau. So single whip moves to Wan Sau. Shoulders down, elbows down. Palms open, fingertips stretched. Just feel the middle finger and the ring finger stretching. So you have to relax while you stretch. Just breathe normally. Turn a little bit. And then come back to center. One open and close. Smile, lift the sternum. Brushing the knee on the right side. So turn and slide the right hand up. Feel that ball rolling down into the elbow. Right here, exhale and sung. So exhale and relax. Turn the palms and turn the waist a little bit more. And then 45 to your right. Left hand rising, height of the shoulder. Pipa, this is holding the guitar, holding the Chinese pipa. Turn, cradle the ball, and then shooting palm right. You can vibrate the palm and fingers if you want, and shooting palm left. But roll that ball through the forearm. Feel the heat of the palm on the forearm. Left hand flips over and covers. Keep on turning, turn, 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 wrist on wrist. Right hand on top. Breathe in and start to grab, loose fist first. Then exhale and squeeze the hand, squeeze the fist while the right fist pushes forward. Then release, center, wrist on wrist. Then rolling back. Gather it all up, compress into the lower dantian. And lift the sternum, double palms pressing. Relax and draw everything back, smile. Make sure your legs are pressing into the earth, head suspended. And then repeat on the left side. So turn and just slide the left hand up. Breathing in, fingertips, and exhale, Sung. Relax, expand. Turn a little bit more, just a little bit while the palms turn center, and then 45 to the left. Right hand rises. Cradle the ball. Right side first. And Parry, shooting palm or Parry. Both names are okay in the seated. The right hand's going to flip over, just like flipping over a pancake, under the left wrist, wrist on wrist. Breathe in and start to grab. As you exhale, hold the right and let the left push forward. Squeeze the fist and then release. Center. Okay, both wrists center. Draw back. Draw the chi back. Gather, compress it at the lower belly. Double palms, press. Sung. And then bring it back. Breathe in and out. And we're going to end right here. So double palms, press and down. Slowly let everything go. Release the shoulders first, and then press one leg into the earth so you can bring the other leg back. So one leg 100, the other leg 0. Then press the back leg, sink right into that joint, and down. Okay, loosen it up. And then we can end the class with some standing. So we'll practice that walking. Let's just move this out of the way. So, I'll show you the beginning by standing. Yeah? If you need the chair can be at the side, whatever's safe. So safety is number one in this program. That's one of the things that distinguishes it from just going to a martial arts class. Yeah? Has to be comfortable, have to be safe. Not comfortable, don't do it. If it's sore, stop. Right? You relook at your range of motion, smaller, or just don't do the move. That's fine. Yeah? If you need to sit down, just sit down. If you're sitting down and we're turning, you just follow, but just eliminate the turns. Your feet can still walk in the chair. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So the only difference with standing is we're standing. And we're walking, right? We're not stuck to the chair. Okay. So the feet have to go out about 45. The heels can touch or just close to each other. Yeah. And then when the legs come out, you can feel it pulling. So you have to drop down to unlock that. So by turning the knees out, turning the feet and the legs out 45, it forces you to bend. So when we do Qigong, there's only one person, one system who I've ever heard teaching Qigong and saying the feet have to be straight. The rest of the world, the rest of China, India, Persia, they all bend. And you need to bend the joints for the qi and blood to flow properly. And that's why they bend it in the practice. So if you see somebody and you think, hey, they're doing Qigong, but the legs are straight, look at the joints. They're probably bent. Yeah. But in the practice, we want to make it real overt. Yeah? So the first part, you're just going to pull the chi up, just like the chair, and then bring it in. But right about here, right? So you don't come all the way in. You pull the chi up and you relax, and you can feel your body sinking. And right about halfway, as you come to your heart, you sink. Now you sink. Okay, so you unlock the knees, and then you go a little bit lower. Okay, just to whatever's comfort. So from here, pull the chi up, look straight ahead, relax, relax, and right here, sink. And it comes down. And then you let it come all the way down. So Let's see, I'm gonna shift to, okay. Gotta think left and right, and opposites, right? Okay, so we're gonna shift to your right leg, and again, you shift and then sink right into here. So even in the chair, right, you sink into here. Okay? Then this leg will release, and don't make a big step. Okay? Just extend the leg from the knee. Just extend from the knee, that's all you need. And then drop the whole leg down. Right? So when you come here, don't reach like this. Just drop the whole leg down. My right leg, or your left leg will be in front of your right leg. You don't have to overextend. So just pick it up, extend, and drop it straight down, find the ground. Okay? All right. So again, from here, you pick up commencement. Right about here, sink to your right. Sink to your right. Drop the hands down, and then press and sink. And then the left heel can come up, okay, and out, small step. Okay. And then you shift to the front, press the ball out, and drop the ball all the way down. Okay. When the ball drops all the way down, then sink into this leg. You want to pick up the right leg. So sink, pick up the right, and you move into the hands right here. So the hand movement comes in. So the heel comes right to the hip over here. So it looks like you're doing this. Yeah? This kind of movement. So the hand comes up and then down, and then it rolls out and down and in. And then it finishes the circle. And it's a little bit smaller than what I like to do. Right? So that's my own modification. I really like to emphasize circles and spirals, and it finishes with that. Okay. All right, so I'll face kind of an angle, and then I'll turn both ways. Okay, so come up, the right, left heel comes up, release the left, extend, the hands start rolling up, and then forward. The hands roll down, and then as you sink on the left to pick up the right, move into the hands, and then finish the circle. Yeah, and back. So just the first 3 moves. Yeah. Okay. And then I'll face this way so this side can see it a little bit better. Yeah. Okay. So unlock. Okay. So hands come up. And then sink, shift to your right, left heel starts coming up, releases, just extend from the knee, touch the ground, come forward, start rolling the ball out, and let it drop all the way down, and sink into the left and pick up the right. Okay. So right foot is free, and then stepping up and rolling the ball. Yeah. And here. And one open and close. So when we finish, we want to finish even. So all we're doing in commencement is we're coming from here and we're just adjusting for 1 step up. We're just taking 1 step forward. Yeah. So when you finish from there. Yeah, do it in the chair. If you need to do it in the chair. I love the chair. It's almost you have to force me to do the standing. That's why I always stutter when I do the standing, because I just don't study the form as much. Yeah. So again, from the front, it looks like this. Right? So you can do it with me, or you can just watch. So unlocked. And then now I'm sinking and I'm shifting, releasing the left leg. Small step. Shifting forward, the hands come down, and then as I release the back leg, I move into the hands. The hands are still rolling. And right over here where I hit center, I bring the hands back as I sink back, and then an open and close. Yeah. Every time I look at the video, I see something that I missed. Not easy to self-teach, yeah? Because Dr. Lam cannot reach out of my video screen and say, no, not that one. You can really only study one thing at a time. Yeah? So you fix that and you look back and like, oh. Yeah. So try it one more time. Yeah, just these three movements are very important. Right? And this is the fall prevention right here. This is the first part. Relaxing and sinking, being aligned. Right? And learning to fold. Learning to put your mind right here. It just says one step. So if you cannot do that one step and you fall, you cannot do the rest of the set, right? So you fix that right from the first three moves. Right? Then the rest of it, you're just learning different movements, but you always come back to here. Okay, so you make this stability number one. Okay, so feet open. Bring the hands up first. Expand a little, and then unlock all the joints. Relax. Look straight ahead. Take a deep breath. Let it all out, and then we begin. Okay, so commencement, breathing in, picking up the ball. Sinking down a little bit, shift to your right, pick up the left. Small step forward. Roll the ball forward, shift to the left, pick up the right. Small step, just to catch up with the left foot. One open and close. Over there. Yeah. So you look at your feet. So the first thing that happens is everybody tends to overstep on the right. It's a really short step. That's all of us. That's all of us. So we step forward with the left, and then when you pick up this leg, just fold the foot back, and then extend. Yeah. So this is a little mechanical thing. Right? If I'm here and I pick my knee up like this, I pick it up with me, and then I extend, I'm walking forward. But if I pick my knee straight up back here, if I fold the foot, like so it feels like I'm just kicking back, and then I extend, then it'll be pretty much the same. Yeah? So from here, you learn to just pick up the leg like this. Just fold it up. Yeah. Yeah. But it's a small step. It's a very small step. Okay. The next movement, I'll just show you the next movement. The next movement from here requires us to turn. So the next movement requires a shift, and then you have to free this leg, so we have to sink, and then turn the body. And then it's going to be a step out this way from here, and then a turn. And that's the single whip. Yeah? So, yes, you have to shift to your left, you have to turn, this leg has to be free, then a small step, and then it presses, and then opens, and that's a single whip. Yeah, from there. The program, the first 6 moves are the most important as far as the program is concerned. If you only learn the first 6 forms, program is happy. You can do all your fall prevention and arthritis in there. You just practice it over and over. You can just, if you have the refinement, and someone can tell you, oh, change this, change that, then every time you do it, you're not worried about, it's not boring because you're not thinking, oh, I'm just doing the same movement. You're thinking, what does that feel like? I can stay here all day going, what does that feel like? Oh, wait, let me do it again. Oh, I didn't get it. Yeah. It's like trying to catch a tiny fish with a tiny hook and just stay all day, right? Hey, come over here. Leave me alone. You're just trying to perfect it, yeah. And that explains why the Tai Chi practice is slow. It's slow because that's the only way you can study at that level. Yeah, from there. All right, hands up. Nice deep breath. Yeah, and down. and just open. So we just practice this just a little bit, just shifting. Right in, put your mind right into here. Bottom of the feet are relaxed, legs are relaxed. Tuck the chin in, and shift to one side. And don't think about picking up this leg. Think about this foot pressing, 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 and then right here presses. And then the other leg can release. Right? And then put back, and then pour, like there's a big bubble here. You're going to pour it over, it becomes 50, equal. What does this feel like? Right? It kind of releases, it's relaxed, and then you start pouring to the other side. Press this leg into the earth. Just let it sink, and then put your mind right here and press this here, and then this side will release. So even in the chair you can do this. The chair, same thing. You're still studying the same thing in the chair. Even in the chair. Right? The legs underneath. Press on one side so this side can release. If this doesn't go 100% and if this doesn't release, right, don't pick it up. If you pick it up, you'll feel like, oh, I have to muscle it up. But if it sinks, then you'll feel this side release. And when you want to pick it up, it'll just float. Yeah. So chair or standing, same thing. Same thing. Right? So I sink, press this leg into the earth, feel my heels, my toes, fix my posture a little, or a lot. And then fold into here and press right here down. And this side just releases. Then I hold this, right? Pressing, pressing, pressing. Relax the upper body. And then shift back to center. And both sides release a little bit. And then shift the other way. Press this leg into the earth. Feel this muscle. And then put your mind right in here. Sink and press right this muscle. And this side will release. And then we can do it forward and backwards. So we can walk forward. It's the same thing. This has to release. So come forward. So shift forward. Press this leg into the earth. And sink. When you sink, you see how my body turns? So sink. And then the back leg releases. And then I can step up. Right? And then I can shift to that side. Press this leg into the earth. Real physical press, and then put your mind right in that fold and sink. And then the back leg can release. Yeah? And then shift, and then press the front leg into the earth. Press, 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 press. When you can't press anymore, sink right into here. And then hold that, just press. If you hold that when you're pressing, you can be all like this. Okay? But if you're not worried about this and you're just holding that press, right? So what it is, we go back to the tree. You go back to that huge tree, mango tree, kiawe tree, whatever. Big tree, right? Comes down like this, reaches the ground. Whatever that tree weighs, it's sitting on the earth. Right? It's not pushing against the earth, right? It's just sitting. It doesn't care if the earth pushes the tree away, it's just sitting and resting. So from the bottom of the tree, the roots come out. And the roots spread. And they just keep on spreading and spreading and spreading and spreading and spreading. The bottom of the tree trunk feels solid, but it's alive, right? It's just sitting there. As it comes up the tree trunk, right, then it gets more flexible, more flexible, more flexible. As it goes to the branches are more flexible. As it goes to the new branches are really flexible. And then when it hits the leaves are like this, right? Right? So the leaves are like this type of flexibility. That's what you want to be. That's the imagery. So sinking, bottom half, just rooted, upper half starts to relax, align. But if the wind blows, it can blow. So you look at that tree, right? If it has the perfect rooting system in the hurricane, the leaves are going crazy, right? They're just absorbing and releasing all that energy. The branches are doing this, and the middle of the trunk has a slight sway, and that part right on the ground is just boom. It's adjusting to any movement in the ground. And the roots are still relaxed, right? Because the trunk is so stable. This is so stable. The roots are still relaxed and going into the ground. So if you focus on this relaxed and sinking and rooting into the ground, then your upper body can be wild. So if I don't focus on here, if I just focus on, oh, I'm trying to hold my balance, I'm just trying to hold my balance, really unstable. But if I focus, oh, just sink, strong, strong pressing, and then sink into here, no matter what I do, I'm focusing on this. So my base, right, I'm keeping my base stable. And keeping my base stable. And keeping my base stable. And everything adjusts to that. It's really different. It's really interesting. But when you learn, either yourself or somebody teaches, nobody teaches you like that, right? It's fight for your balance. So what happens when you fight? You resist, you get stiffer, and then you actually, it's harder to keep your balance, right? That's the way we learn. Yeah. You ever had a trainer just yelling at you? Or you seen people train like that, right? Just tension, tension, tension. It's the mentality. That's what you want, right? Don't give up. But the muscles actually have to be relaxed from there. Okay. All right. We'll end with the bell. Hands up and down. Oh, if you feel like you worked out the legs, and we didn't do too much, but if you feel like you worked out the legs a little bit more than normal, then our medicine is apple cider vinegar. 1 or 2 tablespoons apple cider vinegar. Put it in a small glass of juice, not a big glass of juice. If you have orange juice, I like orange juice the best, or mango juice or something. And if you gotta go water, you go water. But put it in a small glass, knock it down, and then you can drink a clean glass of water that has no vinegar inside, or a clean glass of juice. But if you fill up a big glass of juice and it all has vinegar, you gotta finish all of that, right? Yeah. But that will help to relax the muscles, so you don't have those knots. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. All right, hands up, breathing in. Just lightly close your eyes. They can be open a little bit. Just imagine you staring out at the mountain. Sink the breath down. Relax the legs. Drop the chin and pull the head back a little. Open your throat as you breathe. Use the ha sound. Smile to yourself. Open your heart. Relax all your facial muscles. And just have that feeling of smiling. And that little sun in your chest, warm and cool, putting out energy to your whole body. Let the sound of the bell vibrate throughout your body. If your body wants to vibrate or move or circle, just let it move. Okay, slowly open your eyes. Yeah, loosen up your legs, warm up your hands. Warm up your eyes. Just the heat of the eyes, absorb it. The heat of your hands, I'm sorry, absorb it into your eyes. Brush your hair, brush your scalp. Just the fingertips, not the fingernails, just the fingertips. Front to back, center to outside, about 3 rounds. And then unroll your ears. Pull from the top. And you slowly work your way down. And tap the back of your neck. And then just the fingertips, pull those muscles away from the spine, from the cervical. Turn your head side to side, up and down. You can feel your fingertips just getting in between the cervical. And you can pull both together or pull one side and then the other side. Yeah, and just take your palms and warm up your neck. And then take your palms and warm up your face. This mudra is natural, right? Right? You just, like when you're tired, you just go, right? You use your hand to support your head, you let everything go. You find yourself doing that, you try to remember, oh, warm up your hands first. And do that little meditation while you're doing this. All right, cupping. Yeah, so if you need to build up your leg muscles, and you need to build up your glutes, these are really important. Okay? Then they always say you got to squat. That's the movement. But if you cannot go all the way down, okay, you just go a little bit. But what you do is you do this exercise that we're doing, that practicing picking up one leg and sinking and pressing. Okay? You don't think you're doing squatting. You're not doing that kind of squatting. But why are you doing squatting? To exercise these muscles. Okay? So if you're doing this, and you're just really studying what's going on and you're pressing, you're exercising those muscles. But you come out with knowledge of what you're doing, right? Not just, oh, I have to squat up and down, oh, I have to squat up and down. Yeah. All right, hands up and down, hands together. Yeah. Forehead, throat, heart. Okay, your right hand, left hand. Yeah, just relax. When you do this, just relax. Shoulders down, elbows down. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, we'll see you next week.